it's like we're not trying to just tell the loan officers to build their relationships and keep them. We practice that ourselves with all of the relationships that we build, right? They're not customers of ours. They're partners, they're friends of ours in this industry. And I think that's extremely important. Corey Kirkpatrick at AMCAP, a few years ago, or when Peyton Manning was on the Broncos, I was able to give him a lot of crap because he's a Dallas Cowboys fan, huge Dallas Cowboys fan. And now the tables have turned in just the worst way over here. But we jar about that. Oh gosh, of course. We jar about that back and forth all the time. And just things like that. I know a lot about him. I know he has season tickets. I know, just things like that I think are so extremely important and really help to build the relationships with these companies. And we know things about that with all of our clients. And we're just, I think that was a big thing for us getting those two, because they were going up against the bigger players in the market than we have on both of those companies. And I think that those relationships, first off, they gave me the bat at those companies. And then it was us to, at that point, to prove our worth at that point to everyone, because we had a couple relationships, but then it's like getting everyone else to buy into it. And they both did buy in. And now we have extremely happy people already. And it's not even been a year, not even close to a year, half a year, for those clients, and everyone's doing really well. So it's
I think to that point, you can kind of beat up relationships a bit, I guess, maybe, but this is how we feel about it is, sales can be a numbers game, or it can be a relationship game. I think it's one of the two. Either you're working with huge numbers and you're trying to, just numbers game. It's a numbers game, just that. It's like if you're a car dealer and a car salesman or something, it's how many ups do you get? How many you're going to, if I get 10, I'm going to close one, and you just do all numbers. Loan origination is not that. I mean, there are leads things, and there are people that we partner up with, and we will work with leads, obviously, and help them to get that relationship going. But at the end of the day, it's a relationship business from a loan officer on up. And for management, it's a relationship with other loan officers. We just had a guy that we're going to meet with up in Seattle, and he just recruited somebody who is still with us, probably from, I don't know, around 98. She probably came in. And we have a relationship with the management. But what brought us to the table is a loan officer gets recruited, and she says, if you don't have Usherpa, I ain't coming. Mm-hmm. End of story. And that relationship that goes back into the 90s, for sure, back at CTX, is what got us the deal, not the deal, but got us in the door. Mm-hmm. Had nothing to do with numbers, had nothing to do with, cold calling, or so to speak, or anything. It had to do with a relationship that old that got us in, to meet with the senior sales executive and the COO. Yep. We didn't do anything other than answer the phone and will you please call this guy? Sure. Okay, let's have dinner in Seattle. You're in Seattle on the 17th? Yeah, let's have dinner. That's relationships.
Right. And I have another one. I was looking up her account just to think about this. Another one in Minnesota, actually. The only loan officer we have currently at that company that's using us, but she has been pushing us for the last year, and now they're starting to talk with us and say, oh, why is she talking? I mean, she's a big producer, of course, but she's been with us for 12 years, and she contacted me as like, hey, you got to talk to these guys. They're ready to really listen to what I've been trying to sell them. And I'm not telling her to do this. Like, we're not telling any of our loan officers to just like, blaze the trail for us all the time. We want to just make sure that they're taken care of, and then they will inevitably just do that for us, which is just awesome. So it's really cool to see those relationships happen so organically like they do.
Yeah.